Stand by for action.
On this week's show, we follow 59-year-old veteran motocross rider as he competes in the ACU British Vets Motocross Championship near Toddington, hosted by the Luton Club.
Well, good morning race fans. If you hadn't guessed, it's a bit of a special this week. It's the ACU British Vets Motocross Championship at Toddington, run by the Luton and District MCC. A superb event. This is our third time attending. I think third time they've run it as well. 400 riders booked in this weekend. 2 days of racing. Should be a cracking weekend. What do you reckon, Miss Miniane?
I think it'll be a cracking weekend.
Miss Miniane is anticipating good weather. She's already got her shades on.
Only because the sun keeps coming out and I'm squinting. Yeah.
Morning. And yes, hopefully, because they did forecast heavy rain last night, and that hasn't materialised. So the track should be in good condition. So we'll just glance up at the sky. It's cloudy. It is very windy today. Our awning's taking a bit of a battering, but we'll try and show you a bit of a flavour of the weekend and everything that goes on at this British Championship. Mrs. Miniane doing a sterling job getting it all set up, preparing her workstation to keep her warrior fed.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Bit windy today, so we've got a few of the old water drums strapping the gazebo down. We'll just go and get scrutineered now.
Two-hour mini hang.
The event brings competitors together from all across the British Isles. It is an event where friendships are renewed and new ones made and rivalry is reignited on the track. Qualifying is over 5 laps with the best time, determining the rider's order of gate pick over the weekend. The track had been watered heavily, with many riders being caught out by the tricky conditions.
We've just done qualifying. The qualifying is just literally for our gate pick. Obviously the water in the track quite a bit. Obviously keep the dust at bay because it's very dry and windy, and windy is the operative word. We've had to get the sides down off the awning. Blowing a gale. I already feel like I've been beaten up by the wind out here this morning. It's nearly gale force winds, which are making it a bit sketchy on some of the jumps at the top. Anyway, Didn't push massively hard because it, as I say, there's a lot of water down and it's rock hard underneath, so it was a little bit sketchy. But I was pleased. I got 12th in the times, and I'm renowned for not being very quick in qualifying, and usually the first race. I don't normally get my arse into the gear till after the first race. I've obviously been in hand. Oh, I'm tired already. But
doesn't
no,
bode well, really.
yeah, it doesn't bode well. But track's really good, great fun. I just wish the wind would clear off because, as I say,
It's a bit of a battle.
yes, yeah. All we've done this morning is try and keep the gazebo stuck to the ground before it goes off and disappears into the electricity pylons over the yonder field. So, and I don't know how much more water they're going to put down as well. It's pretty. The track's pretty okay, to be fair, but it is that kind of like red, almost Cotswoldy dirt. So it does dry out quite quick. Anyway, that's qualifying done. We now have 2 races to go. So let's see how we do. Hey, Mrs. Miniaim, so I'm spying on you over there.
I'm spying on you.
I'm spying on there. Okay, here's the family-friendly post-race wrap-up of race 1. What can I say? Disappointed in myself. I should have known better, should have used my head. Got a cracking start coming out the gate and into the first turn as well. Then when we came out, because obviously an injured rider had been out, so they took the opportunity to water the track.
Again.
There was like a little, yeah, because they watered the track before we went out for our qualifier session as well, so we had a fair, I feel like I'm doing a winter meeting. Anyway, I hit a bit of water, we hit this little downhill ski jump, and that just shot me off the side of the track, the back end slid out, and that was my own fault. Then started making up some ground, and a few riders went down, victims of the water. Then I went to go on an inside line, try and get a few more places, and there was another load of water there, and it was rock hard underneath, and the front end just washed. My own fault. I should have read the lines different. But down I went, and I was absolutely plastered. My gloves were just caked in mud, so I could hardly hold on. My hands kept slipping off the handlebars for 2 laps. Pulled up from pretty much the back of the pack out of 40 up to 19th. It was pretty difficult dealing with some of the traffic. I mean, everyone's out there riding and doing their own thing. but I'm disappointed in myself. Should have known better, should have read the conditions better. I've had a rant and a rave, but really it's down to me. Club's doing an excellent job. Tracks, brilliant. Flows really nice. The layout, the new section over the back, that's awesome over there. Let's just hope. I've got 3 races left. I'm currently 19th overall. Bit of an arse.
But we've got 3 races still to go, sweetheart. So you just need to go out there going, I can do this, and I could do it a lot better than the last time. Because you can.
There you go, Mrs. Minihane's spoken, so if I don't,
Dun, dun, dun.
you'll be getting that old cane out tonight.
Maybe a whip or 2.
Woohoo! So we're on day 2. I didn't do a wrap-up for race, my second race yesterday. I went out there, got a good start again. I think it was going into the second turn, just cocked it up and caught the rut wrong and was paddling through there, lost a lot of places. So back towards the back, 0 to 0 in a space of 2 corners. Started to move up through the field, made some good passes. I think we were just coming on 4 laps and a red flag went out. And sadly, it was an incident with a rider I know quite well, Kevin Pride, who rides with us in the Prestige Vets. It looks like he just had a heart attack. It wasn't a racing accident. So obviously the race was red flagged. First aid did a brilliant job working on him. Obviously then an external ambulance was come out, so the racing, we should have had a 3rd block yesterday, that was all stopped. And then obviously at 8 o'clock it was sadly announced that Kevin had passed away, which is a bit of a shame, because I raced with him most weeks and I got on well with Kevin. In fact, actually just lent me some radiator fluid like the week before, didn't he, at Hazley Grange.
Yes.
And
It's very sad news.
bit of a shock as well, because he was a fit young lad. Well, I say young lad, 52. So prayers and condolences go out to his family. Not like I say, we're still at the races. So obviously, because it wasn't a racing accident, the police came along. So it was deemed okay to continue with the meeting, and the organisers consulted with the ACU as well. So I think it was the right choice. So we're here on day 2. So we'll bit of a sad bit of the day, weekend. So we're just going to carry on racing. And so this one's for you, Kevin. So we'll keep you posted on how today goes. Hopefully not as much water yes, because I got quite muddy yesterday and I haven't got much more water left to clean my bike with.
Or much more kit left that isn't muddy.
Yes. So let's see how it goes. So we done race 3 of the weekend. First race of today. They put a lot of water down last night, and one of the guys over there had just said to me before I went out, don't go on the inside at the second turn. Anyway, I came out of the first turn, not too bad. Not my better start to the weekend, and I couldn't get over to the outside line where it said, so I went stupidly to the inside, the left, didn't I, Mrs. Miniane?
Yes,
Even-
full on inside, not even just sort of like pretending a little bit, you know, no, full on.
Yes, and it was a bottomless rut with lumps in and everything. As much as the guy in front of me had found out as well, and he was having a panic and he was waddling through it as well. So I couldn't get a good drive through it because he was struggling in it. And we went from another hero to zero. It was right towards the back as we came out of that. So anyway, made a couple of much traffic moves as I could on the opening lap while everyone was all grouped up. Got back up and then started picking them off as I went along. Stalled it as well, bottom of one of the corners. And then towards the end I got severe arm pump. Really, I bet it's because there was ruts and I was just like, I did struggle with it. So, and I knew there was a guy coming up behind me, but I thought I've got enough space between us, I can let him close down on me, just look after my arms. Big mistake, Mrs. Miniane.
Again.
Because I come up behind the back marker, number 525 I think it was, and it got some nice lines, but because it was a bit dodgy going offline, the number 8 guy behind me, Paul Emberton, caught me rapidly, and it was like right to the line, right to the checkered flag that one was. I did enjoy it, but and I nearly went off well, I did go off the double jump. I hit on the opening lap. Was it the opening lap or was it towards the front anyway? I just overtook 2 guys and I hit the rut just before the double jump on the corner, and it was a lot softer than I thought it was, and I kind of went out all over shape and I went off the side of the takeoff ramp. Fortunately it landed, nobody didn't collect anybody behind me, and so that cut the 2 people I just overtook I had to overtake. So I made it hard for myself, but it was 17th. And I did thoroughly enjoy it though. It was a better race of the weekend, not like the frustrations of yesterday. One more to go. I am just going to go out and enjoy it, blah blah blah, because results haven't been what we were expecting this week, have they, Mr. Miniane?
Well, no, so just got to have a good last race and go home in one piece.
Yeah, and that's to say, we had the tragedy of Kevin yesterday as well, so it's been a bit of a funny old weekend.
Not the best.
Yeah, so
Not the best all round at all.
So anyway, I'll be in the over 60s next year, Mrs. Miniane.
I know, right?
This is my last.
I've been checking out the overs, not in any dodgy way.
Oh, I. Gonna watch Mrs. Miniane in the beer tent later.
I have been checking out who you will be up against in the over 60s next year.
Yes, because I'm in the twilights of my 50s this year. 59 and a bit, close to 60. The wrong side of close to 60.
Yeah.
So anyway, one more race to go. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. Costs you nothing, but it does help us with the algorithms, and then you can drop us a comment as well. We love to see you, because we know a lot of riders out there have got back into racing because of watching our vlogs, which is great to hear, and they come up and speak to us and say they've enjoyed it and they've gone out and bought a bike, so it's good to hear. So what do you reckon, Miss Miniane? One to go.
Yes, now get ready.
Yeah, not long to go. Not long to go. so I just thought I'd go out and have a ride, play and enjoy the track. Which ironically I probably had a better start in that one. I didn't get so boxed in the second turn. So I just rode around, enjoyed it, and it was good fun. Track was good. It was harder today, but it was probably a little bit more fun to ride today. We dealt with a bit of both my practice and my first race, quite a fair bit of water. Whatever, but I don't know what my result is. I will put a graphic up because, as I say, we just rode around for fun. So if I got better than the other races, I'll be happily surprised. So that was it. That's the bit for today's racing. Good start, rode round, enjoyed it. No incidents. Pretty good. Would you say that, Mr. Minihane?
I would. You look good. Nice and relaxed. Just yeah.
I always look good.
Yeah, sometimes.
Go off, people, you know. Anyway, but wrap up for the weekend. I'd come expecting much better results this year. Certainly to be closer. I know I'm 59 in the over 50s and I will be in the over 60s next year, but considering how my riding's been going so far this year at other events and performances at the British Vets Championship before, I was expected to be top 5, top 6 minimum. So a bit disappointed. I had 12th in qualifying, which I took it fairly easy because of the water. Then I binned it in the mud in race 1. Race 2, another silly mistake by myself. So only myself to blame, really. I think I cocked up the second or third turn in the third race as well on Sunday morning. So
yeah, you've come off. You've had stalled it. You've had rubbish starts a couple of times. There's been a combination.
And the first race this morning, railed the picket fencing by the little double jump after hitting the berm and finding it was a lot softer than I was expecting, and went all over the shop.
So,
and something else happened. So an eventful weekend, I'd say, Mr. Minan. And then the court. Sorry.
You've ridden well. It's been good.
Yeah, it's been good. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, the riding side of it. Obviously, as we've spoken earlier, we've lost Kevin this weekend. Bit of a tragedy, put a bit of a dampener on the weekend. So a big shout out to all the first aid and everybody, the officials of the club. Something none of us want to have to deal with, but they did a fantastic job there. As for the rest of the weekend, the Luton Club done absolutely right from scrutiny and onwards. It's so slick, runs so well. Absolutely, you can't fault the club, really. Top-notch job. Would you say, Mr. Minihane, been a good week?
Absolutely, brilliant. From an organisational point of view, brilliant.
Yeah, and long may these events continue. And maybe even, how about a vet series? A couple of riders said today, how good would it be if we had a couple of weeks of British Vets Championship? Yeah, we'd be up for it.
Yeah.
Running that standard, they'd be like, that's a top event on the calendar of the year. So well done to everybody involved in organising the event this weekend, right from the medics, the marshals, everybody behind the scenes, lap scorers, photographers, just about everybody. It's perfect. It runs really, really well. Have I forgot anybody? Anyway, if I have, I didn't mean to. Give yourselves a big pat on the back. It's another fantastic event. Please like and subscribe to our channel if you could. It doesn't cost you anything, helps us with the algorithms. You drop us a comment. We'd love to hear your reviews on the racing. And that's it. That's our little British Veterans Championship, ACU Veterans Championship special. I've still got, we'll put this one out, I've still got a backlog of regional championship videos to do, which I'll be frantically doing, and then our next big special will be the World Vets at Farley Castle. Another one, Mrs. Minnie Hain, for a bit of a weekend away. And
yeah, no, that would be
hotelness.
special.
Yes.
Can I just do a little shout out to every single person that has shouted hello to Mrs. Minnie Hain this weekend, who's come up and spoken to me, who's talked to me like I've known them since they were children, but also all those people that gave me a hug along the way when they knew I was struggling. Thank you.
Yes, it's been a tough old week. Weekend, just saying. We know Kevin quite well, and that was a bit of a slammer, really. But there you go. It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
Catch you on the next one.